So I want to walk through the process of how to create a portfolio for content writing. Now, if you're brand new to freelance writing, one of the first things you need to have in order to get those clients hiring you is proof of your work. And you do that with a portfolio. Now, I go into much more detail in my comprehensive program, Write Your Way to Your First 1K. So make sure to check out that program if you are interested in really succeeding as a freelance writer. Okay. What I can share with you is sort of the process that you need to understand so that you can start creating that portfolio to attract the right client. Now, the first thing you need to think about is where you're going to host your portfolio. Now, I have shared in the past of all the different methods that you can host or share your portfolio online. I even updated one of those places, Contently. I don't recommend Contently right now. There are other places to host your portfolio. Let's look at them. The first way is on LinkedIn, of course. LinkedIn is your powerhouse platform to landing the best client work that you want, basically. This is where I get a lot of my best clients from and most of my clients from. So with your LinkedIn profile, you can showcase your portfolio under experience. Okay. So I have WAP here. I have WordTune, Zapier, GoDaddy. I have my best clients here. And then I have more. If you want to see even more, you can drop down here to Smart Blogger and some copywriting for a WordPress business, Opt-in Monster. I have Medium. I have my free content here, right here to build my portfolio. So this is the free stuff that I shared in the beginning, and then some copywriting stuff, my Walmart gig, all of this stuff. There's lots here. And if you're not on LinkedIn, you should be, because this is the platform for freelance writers. Okay. So with that, you can start building your portfolio on LinkedIn. Any portfolio piece that you get, you put it on LinkedIn. Okay. Make sure that it has your name associated with it. So when people click on that experience part and they click on the content, that it goes to that site with your name on it. All right. If it doesn't have your name anywhere on the top or the bottom, people may not trust that that's your writing. So make sure that when you do create your portfolio pieces, your writing samples, that it is attributed to you. Okay. Because there's lots of places out there that won't attribute it to you. They'll just put the company's writing team. They'll just say something like that, and won't say anything about you. Okay. Those aren't the best places. All right. So there's LinkedIn. You can do LinkedIn to host your portfolio. The other one is Medium. Medium is a writing platform. So I also suggest that you get on Medium. With Medium, you get your own profile where you can share your content. Now, of course, it's always best to see if you can get your content on a publication on Medium. But if you want to do that, you do have to pay for that service on Medium. If you want to write for publications like I do here on Illumination, I pay for being a member on Medium right here. And it shows I have a star and it says member only story. Okay. So, and it has a star up on my avatar here as well. So I have access to get published on these platforms. The platforms want you to pay for a membership on Medium so that they can pay you. Okay. Because you can get paid for your content on Medium. It's not a lot, but you can, if a story takes off, you can get paid on Medium based on the views and the engagement. But that's besides the point, because you want to build your portfolio. The idea is to build a content library online, and you can do that by having a portfolio on LinkedIn, having your content on Medium. Then another place you could also build your content library is on your blog. If I wanted to, I could use my twins mommy personal blog as sample writings for client pieces. Some good ones that I've recently created is 5 reasons why your sales page isn't converting. All right. This could be a good writing sample to show prospects that I know what I'm talking about with marketing aspects for writing, right? So I have examples here of potential clients that I want to write for here, right? These are SaaS businesses. So I have that. I go through all this. So that could be a good type of sample piece. I also have ways to recycle content. A lot of businesses need to refresh and recycle content. Well, I show you all the different ways. This could also act as a good portfolio item. I'm using my blog on Twins Mommy to demonstrate my skill level in the content that I create. If you want to start a lifestyle freelance writing business, focus on one core aspect of that lifestyle business. Is it remote travel? Is it traveling in a van? Is it minimalism? Is it beauty or fashion? Then create that content on your blog about the top fashion trends that you are seeing on TikTok, for example, or the best fashion companies or sunglass companies to follow on Instagram. Of course, I'm dealing with more digital marketing aspect of it. So I'm always going to tie any topic with digital marketing, but you don't have to as a lifestyle writer, but it can make you seem more versatile when you can blend different niche industries in your content, tech and lifestyle, marketing and lifestyle, pets and marketing. All that stuff can lend well to the marketing aspect and to the pet industry aspect. Okay. I always think like that, but with your portfolio item, host it on your blog, host it on Medium, on LinkedIn. And then the two other ways I'm going to share with you, the next one is through guest blogging, right? So I did talk about guest blogging when I showed you on LinkedIn some of the guest posts that I have. I don't guest post enough, but I should. One of the most recent guest posts that I have is from the Goodman Project. So this one here, improve your career by harnessing your inner writer. This was in 2022. So that's basically the last time I went and guest posted outside of Medium, because I still consider publishing on a publication on Medium as sort of guest posting. But outside of that, this is the one that I have here. So with guest posting, you do want to find businesses that you don't have to pay to guest post. All right, you don't want that. And that your ideal client would read the content. Now, I decided to focus on writing here just because that's the content that I had at the time. And the Goodman Project isn't ideally my ideal client, but I wanted to guest post and get my name out there. So it's just another way to build my brand. And I believe my author bio doesn't even direct people to my writing service, just to my brand. So there are different ways that I use guest posting to grow my influence and to grow my clients. So with guest blogging, you can search your niche topic right for us to find all the different places to guest blog and take the time to research that. I also have blog posts rounding up all different places to guest post. The one that I have in particular are sites that actually pay. So you can build your portfolio and get paid to do it with these 50 high paying sites, right? So for example, family and parenting, if that is your niche, you can write for Motherly and get paid $50 a post. It's not a lot, but for a brand new writer that has never been paid for their writing, that is amazing to get paid $50 for. It's probably under 1,000 words too. A lot of publications don't want a lot of words. They want under 1,000 or 1,200 words. There are some places, of course, that want a feature, so it's 3,500 words or so. But I mean, you can get away with finding good publications that will pay writers. All right, so you can go that route. I do want to preface that it is the longer route. It will take you longer to build your portfolio if you only pitch to the guest blogs that pay. If you want to build your portfolio faster, I suggest that you go on Medium and you find guest sites. And then the last way you can build your portfolio is through mock-ups. Now, if you want to be a copywriter, for example, a lot of samples that you need to create are going to be mock-ups of the type of services that you do, right? So if you want to only do web copy, well, you can't find places to do web copy, unless you talk about it as a guest blog or on Medium, how to optimize your web page. You can do that. But if you want to show potential clients that you actually do web copy, then you need to do mock-ups, right? Or sales pages or landing pages or Facebook ads. All those things are mock-ups that you create. And you can do that on Google Docs if you want. Google Docs has a template gallery, so you can use this gallery to create whatever you want to create for your copywriting portfolio item. So brochure, if you want to get paid for that type of writing, you can do this. Newsletter, perfect. So if you want to be an email copywriter, you can use something like this template. You don't have to use it, but you can just get inspiration from it that you can use aspects of it. You can change the picture, you can change the logo, all this stuff, but you can keep all this stuff and then write your newsletter like this. That will make good for a portfolio item. So once you create this in Google Docs, you can share this link right here. It's restricted. Make sure you to put it for anyone with this link. You copy this link and then you can send it in your pitches if you want. You can take a screenshot. So here's a screenshot right here and put that on your portfolio page on your blog. Okay, you can do something like that. And there's the page, you can't see it, but there it is. I have it now on my computer. All right, so that is the other way you can create portfolio items. If you don't want to use a template like that, you can use a slide presentation. All right, so with Google, you can just type in slides and it'll open up slides for you here. You can go to slides here and then create an onboarding process. You can create your mock samples in here. So you can have a whole onboarding process of who you are, what you do. Here are some examples. You screenshot those, put them in your slide presentation. So you just give this one document to your potential clients. They can look through it and then see what you have. So that could be a better presentation as a portfolio item. After all of that, you do want to host your writing sample on different platforms. I did mention your blog, Medium, LinkedIn. Those are all good places to build your portfolio at the same time. Another one is Journo. So I did recommend Contently, like I said, but Journo is now the place where I have my portfolio. It's not the best, but it's something that I can grab the link and use that in my pitches. If you want to see more of my writing, then here is my portfolio page, right? So I have all my samples here, okay? So you can create a Journo portfolio for free and add, I think, 10 items for free, right? So there's something like that where you can host your portfolio items on those places. Okay. Based on the type of writing you want to do will dictate where you're going to host those pieces. For example, if you just want to do a guest blog, then you can find a guest blogging site to publish that piece. If you don't want to spend the time doing that and you want to publish quickly, then you can use something like Medium or even LinkedIn. LinkedIn has a publishing platform that you can use to write a blog post easily. Over on my portfolio on LinkedIn, if I go here, go to articles, you can see all the articles that I've created. This one is how to find SaaS companies on LinkedIn, how SaaS freelance writers create BOFU content writing for SaaS brands. Can you tell that I'm trying to attract a certain type of client? Ooh, SaaS clients, SaaS brands, SaaS companies. I am trying to attract them with my portfolio items that I have here, okay? So I took the time to create this type of content, linking to my writer website to market my business, right? I'm not wasting time on my portfolio item. I want them to come to my blog, come to my writer website. So I have all of that here. I have examples. I have one of my clients. I'm featuring them. I'm doing all this stuff. I'm showing Ahrefs. I have access to that tool, all of this, right? And plus people think it's a great article, right? So this is all great. You can use this as proof that you can write, and it's on LinkedIn, all right? And you can market that on your LinkedIn page right here if you want under featured here. I have my client pieces, but if I wanted to, I could feature one of my sample pieces on LinkedIn. If I'm brand new, that's what I'm going to use, right? I'm going to use my guest post, my LinkedIn post, my Medium post here to market. Look, I'm a writer. I can write for you. Look at this content, right? So that's where you can do, if you decide to write on LinkedIn, then you can market it on LinkedIn. Same thing with Medium. If you write a blog post, you can market it on LinkedIn and on Medium. You can link to it on Medium. Lots of ways to grow your audience, connect all your portfolios so that people can just jump to link to find more of you. And another way to think about this is if you do end up just publishing samples on your blog, which, like at the end of the day, you're like, oh, I don't want to go on sign up for LinkedIn. I haven't signed up for LinkedIn yet. I don't want to spend the time to sign up to Medium. I just have my blog. You can just use your blog for samples. That's fine. It will show your expertise in your writing. Okay. This is something where even though I write about writing on my blog here, I can still demonstrate that I am knowledgeable in my industry simply by having a post like this, how I became a SaaS writer. This is a nice piece for potential clients to find me. All right. I think if you search SaaS freelance writer or something, this post comes up. So for clients that are searching for a SaaS freelance writer, they can come and read this post and be like, oh, okay, she's been doing this for what? Oh, a decade now? Wow. Let me see what she knows about this. Okay. Her story. She has a video. Okay. So she's on YouTube. And here. Okay. Okay, there's some examples here. Wow, she takes screenshots. It's organized nice. She has an email list. Very good layout, structure, all of this stuff, right? It demonstrates that I know how to write online as a content writer. This will show potential clients your expertise and knowledge of your topic and of the online writing process. If you haven't seen in my other video that I published recently, I walk you through the steps of the freelance writing skills you need. So make sure you check out that video after this one too. But that's how you can demonstrate your expertise depending on what platform you're going to use, right? You can use your blog, you can use Journo at the end of the day just to add to that portfolio. You can use LinkedIn, and then you can use all that to put on your writer website, because that is your main tool for landing client work. Sure, LinkedIn is great. And if you don't have a writer website, that's fine. But you got to realize once they're on LinkedIn, it's always professional to move them to your writer website, because this is where you're going to market as much as you can about who you are and what you do. I even have 2 places you can look for hiring me. This is, more information that I decided to recently write about it, right? There's my process there. And here's my portfolio. They can go directly to it and see more content that's not on LinkedIn that I can put here. Okay. So all of this demonstrates a content library. Now, you're brand new. You're not going to have dozens and dozens of content writing samples. I understand that. So take it day by day. Spend the time starting LinkedIn. Spend the time starting Medium. Spend the time getting your blog up. Spend the time. Tell yourself, I'm going to give myself 1 month to get all of that up and running. And then the next month, you're going to spend time writing a blog post a week, a blog post every 3 days, whatever it is, to publish on your blog, on LinkedIn, and on Medium, right? You're going to do all that. And then down the road, maybe 3 weeks later, you decide, I'm going to start pitching to guest posts, and then try that avenue, right? All of that just to get your writing out there. It's how you're going to create your portfolio for content writing so that you can stand out. All right. So hopefully those tips helped you. If you want some more tips on how to stand out once you have that portfolio, make sure you check out this video next, where I walk you through all the different ways you can stand out so that your portfolio shines. Check out that video. Make sure to like this video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in that video.